walls. How did you do that? Did you ever drink a glass of blocks? Have you ever played with a lemonade doll or put on milk for socks? Walls and blocks, dolls and socks, milk and lemonade, rocks and trees. All of these things are made of matter. The air and the breeze that blows the leaves, water flowing in the creek, everything on earth is made of matter. Lucky for us, it's easy to tell that not all matter is alike. Matter comes in 3 states. It can be solid, liquid, or gas. Walls and blocks and socks are solids. Milk and lemonade are water and liquids. The air you breathe is a gas. Some solids are hard and some are soft, but all solids hold their shape unless you do something to change them. A wooden block is hard. You can push it and pull it and squeeze it. It will always stay square. If your baby brother pounds it with his toy truck, it may chip or break, but then the broken pieces will hold their shapes. Modeling clay is soft. You can roll it out flat like a pancake or squeeze it into a ball. You can cut it with a knife or scissors, but if you leave it alone, it will hold whatever shape it is in. It is a solid. My friends, we are starting a brand new unit in our classroom all about solids, liquids, and gases. And today, to get a head start on what we're going to be doing this week, I want to do a little experiment with modeling clay. You guys can also call it Play-Doh. And Play-Doh is a solid. So what we're going to do is we're going to create our Play-Doh. You can ask your parents to help you. And then we're going to build it into 3 different forms and see how it holds its shape. So the first thing you guys need to do is get 3/4 of a cup of flour, half a cup of warm water. I'm sorry, 1.5 cups of flour. Half a cup of warm water, 3/4 cup of salt, and some food coloring. So I'll give you guys a second to get all 4 of those things. Once you have all 4 of those things, the first thing we're going to do is take your 3/4 cup of flour and put it in a larger bowl. A bowl that's big enough that you can mix pretty well in. After you have placed your 3/4 cup of flour into that bowl, take your 1.5 cups flour, take your 3/4 cup of salt and place it in that same bowl. Now take a spoon, a fork, or a spatula, I'm going to use a fork, and stir it up really good. Stir it up, so you can't tell the difference between the 2 in the bowl. It should look like about this. Stir it up. Then I want you to slowly, add half of the water that's in there. So is that all of the water that's in there? No, half of the water that it's in there. So if you're using a measuring cup, it'll be at the 1/2 mark. I want you to pour until you're at the 1/4 mark. So go ahead and do that. Just pour a little bit. And then with your spoon or fork or spatula, I want you guys to stir. And just stir for let's stir for 3 minutes. Maybe your mom or dad, or grandma or grandpa, or brother and sister, or aunt and uncle could help you with that. And just stir. After you've stirred for a while, I want you to take a little bit more of the water. Maybe not go with all of it yet, but a little bit more of the water in your cup and pour it in there again. And then stir some more. And then take the rest of your water, pour it in there as well. And stir. And eventually what we're going to do is we're going to do something called kneading it. So we're going to take all of the stuff that's in your bowl. It should look like about this right now. And get all of that stuff that might be on your spoon or spatula, and take your hands and kind of just... You want to get the camera. Do what we would call kneading and make it into what will be a ball. See how it's starting to look like a ball? And just keep doing that for maybe a minute or two. And then, when it's starting to look a little bit like a ball like this, I want you to ask your mom or dad or whoever's helping you out to take some food coloring and put about whatever color you would like. I just feel like I wanted to use green today. Put about 3 drops in there. And then knead it all up again. And this will take a while, guys. It's going to take a little bit of time to get that nice green color, or whatever color you're working with. But just keep mixing it, just like I am. This time you could keep it in the bowl if you'd like, or you can put it on a table and just keep mixing and mixing and kneading and kneading. And see how it's starting to look a little more green? There's green stripes in it. And if you think you might need a little food coloring, that's okay. You can put as much as you would like, or as much as whoever's helping you would like to put in. See how that's starting to look green, guys? Okay. Now the first, we're going to make 3 shapes. So I'm going to let you guys pause the video for a second and go grab your science notebooks. So, now that you have your science notebooks, we're going to create 3 different shapes with this Play-Doh that we have just made. And mine's not quite green yet, but that's okay. As you continue to play with it, it'll start to look more and more green. So the first shape I want you guys to make is a ball. So there's lots of ways you can do that. See how I'm just kind of playing with it in my hands? This might be the easiest way you can make. You can roll it, but have it look like a ball, and put it on the table. In your science notebooks, I would like you guys to draw a picture of that ball, and kind of, after you draw that picture, sort of hit your ball a little bit, roll it around, and I would like you guys to write me 1 sentence, using all capital letters in the right spot, talking about whether or not you think that ball keeps its shape. And I'll pause the video and let you guys do that. Now the next shape I would like you guys to make is, this is a lot of Play-Doh. You guys can break it in half. I'm going to break it in half. I want you guys to roll this into a long snake. So you guys can make a snake. Just like this. And I want you guys to see that how it's lying right on the table, and it's not spreading out all over the table. It's lying flat and it's keeping its shape. So I would like you guys to draw one more picture and explain how this snake or roll or hose is keeping its shape on the table. So you guys can pause the video again. Now the final shape we're going to make is, I want you guys to try to get that snake a little bit longer. Okay, so roll it all out, roll it all out. And we're going to try to make a coil. So the easiest way to make a coil is start at one end and then just kind of roll it along the table like this. And see how that coil is staying in that coil shape and it's not spreading out all over the table? I want you guys to write one more sentence about how that coil is keeping its shape. So you guys can pause the video one more time. So guys, we're going to talk about this in class on Monday when we meet again, but we're going to talk about how this solid has kept its shape. But one thing, if you guys feel like it, and we can talk about this more on Monday, is that if I roll it back up into a ball, just like this, and I put that ball into a container, how that ball isn't spreading all over the place and filling up the container, but it's staying just like it would if I put it on the table. So I'll make a second ball. So notice that how this ball is in a completely different container, but they still look kind of the same. So for an extension, I would like you guys, if you want to play around with different containers and see how they stay the same shape when you put them in the container and don't spread all out to fill the container. So we're going to talk about this a little bit more on Monday, but I want you guys to have those 3 pictures and sentences in your science notebooks, and we'll talk about this on Monday. See you guys soon.